Good morning to everyone. Now let us will deal the one topic that which we have left in our last class. That is in episode 1. That the myology of medial compartment or adductor compartment of the thigh. We finished a few muscles such as pectineus, adductor longus, adductor brevis. Whereas we had given just open the topic on adductor group only. In that adductor magnus we were in the way to tell. In continuation with that, this is the episode 2, myology of medial of the adductor compartment of a thigh, having in connection with the adductor magnus. The adductor magnus is the muscle, the one which will be present in the medial compartment of a thigh or the adductor compartment of a thigh. And this adductor magnus is belonging to the adductor variety. This adductor magnus is so named because the adductor magnus is comparatively, you can say, much more bigger, and it will be occupying a very much larger space than the other two muscles in the adductor variety, that is the adductor longus and the adductor brevis. The adductor magnus, which will be going to form not only the adductor group, but also this adductor magnus belongs to the muscle which will be there in the posterior compartment of a thigh only and only the vertical fibers, or rather what we say as the posterior fibers of the that of the adductor magnus. This will be there in the posterior compartment, but whereas the rest other two fibers of the adductor magnus, they are entirely belonging to the medial compartment of the adductor compartment of the thigh. Now this adductor magnus will be going to form the hamstring varieties, as well as it forms the posterior lower boundary of the adductor canal. This adductor magnus has got the one opening, that is the tendinous aperture in the adductor magnus, where this aperture is present in between the upper 2/3 and the lower 2/3. Through this tendinous aperture in the adductor magnus, the femoral vessels, that is femoral artery and that of the femoral vein, they will be going to become as a popliteal artery, and that popliteal vein becomes as a femoral vein. So this tendinous aperture is almost all, it is round. Now this adductor magnus, which will be having all this type and giving rise to formations of some boundary for the canal, and this you can say muscle is belonging to the adductor group, and as well as the hamstring variety, that is the posterior compartment of its few fibers. This adductor magnus will be taking origin from majorly the, you can say, the part external surface of or the femoral surface of inferior ramus of the pubis, just below the site of origin of that of the, you can say, adductor brevis, as well as the small part which will be poking in, that is what is said to be as the origin of the gracilities. Then this, you can say, adductor magnus is also going to take origin from the external surface of or the femoral surface of inferior ramus of the pubis and the ramus of the ischium femoral surface only, where these ramus are going to unite. And this you can say adductor magnus also takes origin from the external surface of the femoral surface of the ramus of the ischium and the lower lateral part of that of the ischial tuberosity. Apart from that, it is also taking origin from the sacrotuberous ligament. From all these points of origin, this adductor magnus, which has got the wide range of origin, it will be going to run into different direction. Some fibers are running straight way, you can say vertically forward, sir. And few fibers are running little bit horizontally. And few fibers are running straight way, vertically down. So you will be going to have the anterior fibers, sir, middle fibers, sir, posterior fibers. Or you can have the upper fibers, middle fibers, lower fibers. Middle fibers, they will be going to take as a intermediate fibers. Or some will be going to have a grouping of these muscle fibers of the adductor magnus into a pubic ramus, pubic fibers, ischiopubic fibers, ischial fibers, and the tuberosity fibers. Ischial and the tuberosity fibers are they are almost all equally same. They are the vertical, or you can say it as a lower fibers. Now these you can say fibers, all they will be going to get runs in their particular direction towards the site of the insertions, and then they will be going to get inserts on first the you can say anterior fibers, which will be running straight way, you can say downwards and forwards and little bit backwards and towards the laterally, to get inserts on upper lateral divergence of the that of the linea aspera, keeping laterally the insertion of that of the gluteus maximus and the that of the you can say medially you have got the insertions of that of the you can say adductor brevis and the pectineus. These are the insertions. At that laterally, this will be going to have the origin of that of the you can say vastus lateralis and the attachment of that of the lateral intramuscular septum. This is what the anterior fibers. Then it will be going to run, you can say little bit of insertions will be going to run little bit down, and then the middle fibers will be going to become straight way, it will be going to run, you can say downwards and backwards to get attaches to the entire medial lip of lateral lip of the that of the linea aspera, and the entire river you can say it will be crossing from lateral to medial, and then it will be going to get inserts on part of it will be going to get inserts on the medial lip of the that of the linea aspera, keeping laterally the vastus lateralis origin and the that of the attachment of that of the lateral intramuscular femoral intramuscular septum and the origin of the short head of the bicep femoris. Now medially you will be going to have the for this middle fibers, the insertions of the adductor brevis and the adductor longus, and then the attachment of the medial intramuscular septum, and then the vastus medialis. So this will be there. Then further the vertical fibers, or rather the posterior fibers, will be going to run straight way vertically down from the point of origin on by the that of the external surface of the or the femoral surface of that of the ramus of the ischium and the ischial tuberosity fibers and the sacrotuberous ligament fibers, they will be running vertically down and then get inserts on the medial lip of the what that of the linea aspera, and then medial supracondylar line or a ridge, and then it will be having a gap. That gap is what is said to be as the what tendinous aperture in the adductor magnus, and then it will be going to get inserts on the adductor tubercle, which is present at the lower end of the what that of the femur, just above and little you can say projecting backwards and towards medially towards the medial condyle of the lower end of that of the femur. There that adductor tubercle is going to get inserts. So this is what, while it will be running so, it will be going to form the posterior lower limit of the adductor canal. So this you can say adductor magnus. Now the relation, in front you will be having a skin, superficial fasciae, deep fasciae, cutaneous nerve, cutaneous vessels, and the tributaries of the what great saphenous vein itself, and the water saphenous opening, cubriform fasciae, and the tributaries of the water that of the great saphenous vein. Apart from that, you will be having the water superficial external pudendal artery, superficial external pudendal vein, then the what that of the you can say content of the femoral sheath, anterior wall of the femoral sheath, femoral canal, posterior wall of the what femoral sheath, and the nerve to the pectineus. Apart from that, you will be having in front pectineus muscle and the what adductor longus, first layer muscle, then anterior division of the anterior division of the obturator artery, anterior division of the obturator veins, and the anterior division of the obturator nerve, then the adductor brevis, then you will be going to have that the posterior division of the obturator nerve, posterior division of the obturator veins, posterior division of the obturator artery. So these all things will be going to have in front. Apart from that, the content of the water that of the adductor canal, as because it will be going to form this muscle, posterior lower limit of the adductor canal. So on this, the content of the adductor canal is there. Apart from that, nerve to the vastus medialis and the saphenous nerve also they are there. Now what you will be going to have behind? Behind to this you can say adductor magnus. At the point of insertion it is upper lateral divergence of the linea aspera. Then you will be going to have the water that of the intermediate area of the water linea aspera and lower medial divergence of the water linea aspera, and then as it is attaching there, there will be a what adductor tubercle. Adductor tubercle. And lower medial supracondylar line or the condylar line or ridge. So that will be there posterior. So this is what the relation. Now what is the nerve supply for this adductor magnus? Adductor magnus as being it is a what a big carpet like muscle. You will be going to have the water two types of the water nerve supply will be there. One will be the what posterior division of the obturator nerve, as because it is committed lying in the water post medial compartment of the water thigh. So pubic fibers and the water that of the ischial fibers. That too specially the muscles which will be going to take origin from the what external surface of the or the femoral surface of that of the ramus of the what pubis and adjoining point of the what inferior ramus of the pubis to that of the ramus of the what ischium. Those fibers will be going to take origin and those fibers will be going to get supplied by the posterior division of the obturator nerve, whereby the you can say ischial tuberosity fibers and the sacral tuberous fibers which will be taking origin from that, and then external surface of the what ramus of the ischium very close to the ischial tuberosity, which fibers are taking origin from that. Those are the vertical fibers or the posterior fibers, what we say, that will be going to create a nerve supply from that of this sciatic nerve. That to what this is what the dual nerve supply, like manner how that experience. So this is what the, now coming to the what is the action of this, you can say adductor magnus. Adductor magnus, you can say action is the adduction of the thigh and the medial rotation of the thigh, which will be going to perform by the other two muscles. So this is what. Now, after having had this, you can say adductor group. Adductor group. So you have to deal about the that of the, you can say action. Action of the adductor longus, adductor brevis and the adductor magnus, they are the same. That is what is said to be the adduction of a thigh at the level of the hip and the medial rotation of the thigh at the level of the that of hip joint only. So that will be the main action. But of all adductor except that of the adductor magnus, ischial fibers, it will be going to come into the flexion of that of the knee, and at the same time this will be the weak extensors of the hip. So that will be the major thing. It will be there. So applied anatomy of the adductor longus in this case. So if the fibers of the adductor longus are damaged, or the nerve filament of the anterior region of the obturator nerve, which will be supplied to the adductor longus, if that is damaged, so neural damage and the muscular fibers damage, so the person will be not going to get the action, what is said to be as the adduction of the thigh, especially when the person is riding the that of the horse can lose the grip, or the saddle of the horse can lose the grip of the horse rider. So that in the connection with the adductor longus, so that will be the thing. So there it is called as the rider's thigh. Now coming to the next muscle. Next muscle will be the that will be gracilis. Gracilis is a muscle belonging to the that of the, where you can say medial compartment of the thigh muscle. Now this gracilis muscle is a ribbon-like muscle which will be there all the way. It will be extending from the from above down, and it is medial to not only the adductor group, but also it is medial to the pectineus. Now this it is a ribbon-like muscle. Now this muscle, it takes origin from the external surface of the body of the pubis bone and femoral surface or the external surface of the inferior ramus of the pubis, just below, very very close to the lower border of the inferior ramus of the pubis, but just you can say below and in front to the origin of the that of the adductor magnus, and below the site of origin of adductor longus and the adductor brevis. From that point of origin, this muscle will be going to run straight vertically down, and it is get inserted on the behind portion of the insertion of the that of the sartorius on the upper medial surface of that of the, you can say, tibia, keeping in front the insertion of the sartorius and keeping behind the insertion of that of the semitendinosus. But in between the insertion of the sartorius and the insertion of that of gracilis, in front of the gracilis, there will be one nerve. That nerve is called as the saphenous nerve. Saphenous nerve, which is a branch of that of the femoral nerve. So that is the relation there. Now what is the relation of the that of the gracilis? So gracilis medially it will be completely, it is covered by the that of the skin nerve, superficial fascia, deep fascia, cutaneous nerves, cutaneous vessels. But laterally to this gracilis, the medial part of that of the adductor longus, adductor brevis and the adductor magnus. So that will be there. Because this gracilis running medial to the all these things, so laterally it will be having all adductor group muscles. So in front and behind at the point of insertion, In front there will be insertion of the water, that of the sartorius and the water satanus nerve. Behind you have got the insertion of the water semi-tendinosus. So this is what the relation. Nerve supply for this gracilis is by the water obturator nerve. Not only the water anterior, but few fibers are there for the water posterior division of the obturator nerve also supplies. Now action of this gracilis, it will be the water definitely, as this muscle is belonging to the water medial compartment, it does the water adduction and the medial rotation it comes. Then coming to the another muscle which should be there, this is the obturatory externus. Obturatory externus, it will be going to fall a very small portion in the water, that of the medial compartment. This obturatory externus muscle, it takes origin from external surface of the entire rim of the obturator foramina, that is external surface of the back portion of the body of the pubis, external surface of the very close to the lower rim of that of the, you can say, obturator foramina on the external surface of the inferior ramus of the pubis and the external surface of the water, that of the ischial tuberosity lateral surface or external surface close to the posterior aspect of that of the obturator foramina, and then external surface of the water ramus of the ischium very close to the water lower portion of that of the obturator foramina and the water obturator membrana. From all these points of origin, this obturator externus muscle, it runs, you can say, straightway, you can say, forwards, and then it will be downwards, little you can say medially, and then covering the entire, you can say, obturator foramina, and then it runs backwards and towards laterally to go and get inserts on the center of or in the intertrochanteric fossa. In the intertrochanteric fossa, on the medial surface of the water, that is the greater trochanter, where that intertrochanteric fossa is there. In the fossa it goes and get inserts. Now coming to the water relation of this obturatory externus, it is totally in front, it is related to the water skin, superficial fascia, deep fascia, cutaneous nerve, cutaneous vessels, and the water content of the water femoral triangle. Not only the femoral sheath, content of the femoral sheath, and the water nerve to the water, that is the pectineus. Then the great saphenous vein, cupriform fasciae. Then you will be having anterior and posterior wall of the femoral sheath. Apart from that, that is the femoral artery, femoral vein, content of the femoral canal. Then you have got the water, that of the, you can say, iliacus muscle. So these all the, and membrane of the water, that of the obturatory externus. So this thing will be there, and the water obturator nerve. So this will be there. Behind you have got the water obturatory internus muscle will be there, and the obturatory internus membrane. So this will be the thing. Nerve supply to this, you can say, obturatory externus is nerve to the obturatory externus, and the one which will be close to the water, to that you can say foramina, that obturator nerve will be there, and that will be also supplying. Action of this, it is the one of the water medial rotator and the adduction. So apart from that, it also does the water action, where it will be there at the water lateral rotation. It helps along with the water other muscles. So this is the thing what you will be going to get in the medial compartment. With this, the medial compartment is ended. Now we have to go to the what another compartment. That another compartment, we have to see it, and then we have to proceed in our next class, that is the posterior compartment of the